Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday service of Now Creations. Just before we begin today, let me just encourage you to sit back and relax, to enjoy the beauty of yourself, and just to know that you're filled with kindness, goodness, and love. There's really not too much more to say except that you're filled with goodness and kindness and love. Just before we begin our service today, I would like to mention a couple of things. First of all, we've had a very beautiful transition to Zoom in our recordings of our classrooms. And I want to thank Myra Parada particularly for her setting up our Zoom scheduling, and also to Nissy Harris for working on our email list and our contact list. The two of them have worked so well together and have really helped us in our transition. Secondly, I'd also want to thank everyone for your support of Now Creations. Your donations through PayPal and through personal support has just been wonderful for all of us. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You help us to move forward. With that in mind, let's begin with today's teaching. Again, it's just simply a joy to greet you in today's teaching. Our enthusiasm, your enthusiasm and my enthusiasm, they are so supportive to each other, enabling us to bring forth the goodness in our lives. What joy it is and what fun to be such a heavenly presence on an earthly planet, fully knowing what we're doing and assisting each other, assisting everyone else, and assisting the planet as well. As I mentioned last week, I wanted to present a trilogy of our sense of self, and it's really exciting to do this. Last week, we focused on waking up, remembering who we are, understanding that we are free beings who are aligned in love. In today's teaching, I want to address the question, what do you do when you wake up? What do you do when you remember? The answer very simply is, you create. You create. Let me first begin with a word of caution and then proceed to the general purpose of why we are here on the planet and then to specific activities. First of all, a word of caution. Once you wake up, don't go to sleep again. Once you remember who you are, don't forget who you are. The world is filled with many diversions, none of which are good or bad, right or wrong in themselves, but you can get lost in them again and again and again. You can forget who you are. You can go to sleep again. Don't. With this word of caution, let me now proceed to why we are here on the planet. May I suggest that there are two teachings from A Course in Miracles which adequately present why we are here. The first teaching, many of you know it. Child of God, you were created. You were created to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy. So in a nutshell, what is very important to understand is that creating is what you do when you wake up. I'll say it again. Creating is what you do when you wake up. Creating is what you do when you remember who you are. You might ask, well, what do you create? Again, the Course says your role is to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy. Well, you might ask, well, what is the good, the beautiful, and the holy? The good, the beautiful, and the holy is what you determine it to be once you have remembered who you are, once you have awakened. Well, can you give me some hints as to what these things are? I will in just a moment, but let me first conclude our purpose for being here, creating the good, the beautiful, and the holy, with the next sentence that immediately follows it. The next line in the Course in Miracles is, do not forget this. You are here to create from your Creator, not from what the world says you should be doing, not what others tell you that you should be doing, but you are here to create from your Creator's guidance. You already have a purpose right within you, and you are fully prepared to be a creator. Again, you might ask, well, what are those hints? What should I be creating? We're not quite ready for that now, so let's proceed. Rather, let us then focus on the second teaching concerning your creative purpose. Again, the Course in Miracles teaches, you are here to take your rightful place as a co-creator of the universe. You are here to take your rightful place as a co-creator of the universe. Did you ever think you would hear the word that you are here to be a co-creator? You are here to co-create. With whom? Let me suggest these three things. You are here, first of all, to co-create with the God Spirit as your guide. You are also here to co-create with other souls. And lastly, you are here to co-create with the physical universe. Let me now explain each one of these realities with which you are co-creating. First of all, with the God Spirit. Do you remember, way back in the book of Genesis, the first book of the Bible, after God created the world and humans, he then gave to mankind this direction: have dominion over all of the living things that move on the earth. That is something to know that you are a part of God's plan. That's something to know that you are part of God's plan. Are you beginning to get a hint? There is something in you that is a part of God's plan. Just say it again. There's something in you that is a part of God's plan. And then, do you remember that beautiful passage from the Psalms which reads, Lord, send forth your Spirit and renew the face of the earth? Well, did you ever think that you are the Spirit that God has sent forth to renew the face of the earth? Perhaps the recent racial unrest has been an indication to you that something within you needs to be called forward. Are you getting a hint? Is there something stirring within you that is bigger than the little you? Is there something stirring within you that is kind of what you've always wanted to be, but haven't quite reached it up to now? Are you getting a hint that something in you, is beginning to feel that it is participating in the creation of God? Do you feel an inner stirring? This could be the hint that you're looking for. But let's now proceed to the second group. First, you are co-creating with the God Spirit. And now, secondly, you are also co-creating with other souls. Notice, I said that you are co-creating with other souls, not other personalities. This distinction between the soul of another and simply the personality of another is an extremely important point. So let's proceed step by step. The first step is nicely presented in Esther Hicks's book entitled The Law of Attraction. Many of you have read it. In the book, Esther presents 3 universal laws. The first one is the law of attraction. And the law of attraction simply states that what you focus on is what you attract to yourself. Did you hear that? What you focus on is what comes back to you. And then the second law, she says very clearly, that you create your own reality. You create your own reality. Did you hear that? And obviously, you create the reality that you focus on. I'll just say it again. You create the reality that you focus on. Now, are you beginning to get a hint of what you are doing? You create your reality by what you focus on. Please remember this, and we'll get back to it in just a moment. And now that third universal law, very, very, very interesting. The law of allowing. And that law of allowing very simply means that just as you are free to create your reality, so is everyone else. Not only is everyone else free to create their own reality, but they do create their own reality, whether consciously or unconsciously. Everyone here is on their own individual mission, just as you are. By the way, whether you agree with the mission or not. Just as they cannot control you, just as they must allow you to be you, you must allow them to be them. None of us are here to create for another. Now do you see the importance of distinguishing between like-minded souls and simply the personalities of others that might not be of like mind? I need to say this again. Now do you understand the importance of distinguishing between the like-minded soul of another and simply the personality of another that might not be of like mind? Another way of saying this is that to understand that people have different levels of consciousness. And not only do they have different levels of consciousness, but each is geared to their own agenda. So, there are many personalities who are creating their own realities, just as you are doing, but with their personality consciousness. Not good, not bad, not right, not wrong, but they might not be at the level of your soul consciousness. Again, not good, not bad, not right, not wrong, just difference. This must be allowed because it cannot not be allowed. Thus, you might not have too much in common with certain personalities because you have moved beyond personality consciousness and are now in soul consciousness. What does this mean? In soul consciousness, it means that you have come to understand that what is consciously in you is consciously in another. There is a common part of you that is also a part of the other. Something in you is the same as that in another. Well, what is that conscious part? What is the consciousness that is the same? This will be a fun little dialogue. Wait a minute, I get it. The part of me that I now clearly understand that is a part of you is the energy of creativity, right? Yes, that's right. Well done. So we are not here to create the same things, but we can create from the same energy, right? Yes, that's right. Would you mind saying that again? Yes, it's kind of like I'm becoming the teacher, am I not? Yes, yes, you are. Well, here it is. So, we are not here to create the same things, but we can create from the same energy, the same vibration, the same spirit. You are seeing very clearly. Are you now getting a better hint of what you are looking for? You are a unique, creating energy. Not only can you not tell someone else to create, but you realize that you are creating your own list of what is the good, the beautiful, and the holy. Now, just one more thing about the unity of souls. A great treasure in life, a great treasure in life is finding a group of like-minded, compatible souls who truly share a practical vision of life which makes sense to you. It's hard to grow in awareness simply by yourself. It's difficult to grow in the oneness by yourself. Thus, finding such a like-minded and like-souled group is such a treasure. This is what the Buddha meant when he talked about what he called a Sangha, S-A-N-G-H-A, a group of loving souls who are moving toward enlightenment. Now Creations is such a group. If you are not currently a member of our Sangha, I certainly invite you to be so. Just go to our website, nowcreations.org. We have so many wonderful classes. I encourage you to join us. Okay, Vince, well, thanks for that information, but didn't you say that in addition to creating with our source, in addition to creating with other souls, we also create with the physical universe here on the planet in everyday material reality? I did say that. Are you ready to hear it? I am. Here we go. I want to integrate the work of Robert Monroe into this aspect of enjoying the everyday world. Let's begin again by asking the question, what are you doing here on the planet in your daily presence in the world? What I would suggest is you are here for three things. The first one I would just suggest is that you're here to simply enjoy yourself, and especially to enjoy the earth in all of its beauty. A planet that reflects beauty, from blooming flowers to the affection of pets, and to those breathtaking views of the seas, of the mountains, in the skies. Isn't this true? You're just here to enjoy the beauty of the planet. And then secondly, I suggest you're here to create within this material reality. Did you hear that word again? Create. Well, what am I creating? Everything. From planting a garden to raising a family in your own unique way. You are creating these realities. And how about our collective consciousness, from electricity to air conditioning on hot days, and to probably our greatest invention up to now, the wireless cell phone. Quite ingenious of us. And thirdly, When we leave the planet, after all, we are passing through it, we will have learned valuable lessons. Valuable lessons for what? I know what you're going to say. The valuable lessons that we are learning are valuable lessons for our next creations. You are on it. We are learning valuable lessons for our next creations. Well, so what does Robert Monroe have to do with all of these things? Let me tell you. Robert Monroe, in his wonderful book entitled The Ultimate Journey, in a nutshell said, we, you and I, we have come to this beautiful planet with new gifts of consciousness that the earth did not previously have. Let me just say it again. What Monroe said was that we have come to this planet, this beautiful earth, with new gifts of consciousness that the earth did not previously have. Two of these gifts of consciousness are beauty beholding and intelligence. Let me explain each. First, beauty beholding. Did you ever ask yourself why you could look at something and say, gee, that's beautiful? Or when John Keats said, a thing of beauty is a joy forever, did not something within you respond to something that was out there? This is what beauty beholding is. Something in you is able to appreciate the beauty that is out there. Whether it's flowers, another person, a starry night. We behold beauty. And then intelligence. Do you not see that you have an intelligence that works with material reality to create? Do you hear that word again? Create. To create new things. From gardens to recipes to space capsules. Do you not see that your intelligence is at work in creation? Your intelligence is at work in creation, in what you think is important. That's what you're here to do. Oh my gosh, I think I really get it. I think I really get it now. When my intelligence is at work from the promptings I have from the God Spirit within me, this is co-creating. This is what I do when I remember. When I awaken, when I remember, then I am a free creating energy. I co-create from what is important to me. That's it. That's it. As you awaken, as you remember, you begin to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy. And you take your rightful place as a co-creator in the universe. In conclusion, Vince, did Robert Monroe say anything else about what we bring to the planet? He did. He did. In fact, he talked about what he called the big nugget. The big nugget will be the third part of this trilogy. It will focus more on how you go about your co-creating. I can hardly wait. It'll be worth the wait. But for now, let me take you into the meditation of being a creator. The theme of our meditation today is obviously being a co-creator. Just focus on that theme for a moment and simply allow the word to bring an energy to you. Co-creating. Now in this energy, let us begin as we normally do by just focusing on the breath, just breathing in and breathing out. But you'll probably notice this word, this energy of co-creating is already stirring within you. Let it continue to do so as you focus on your breath. Please begin. Do you not feel that creative energy just stirring in you right now? Right at the very center of your being, something is exciting, something is moving you. Just feel that. Just feel that power in you wanting to express itself. And would you begin by, first of all, honoring what you feel is important to you? What you feel is important to you. It could be anything from being an artist, being a gardener, being friendly. What is it within you? What is it within you that you most like to do? What is it within you that you really like, you enjoy? Dig down, dig deep. What is it within you? Not surface. What is it you're here to do? What is it that is most you? Come on, most you. Now don't fall asleep again. Don't start comparing. Don't think you have to do what other people tell you to do. And please don't think you have to do what the world tells you to do. What is most you is you. May you honor what you feel is important. Now don't forget this as we proceed. Part of our reality for being here is that we are with like-minded, both souls and personalities. And as we view things, there is really no distinction between a soul and a personality, despite levels of consciousness, for there is only a oneness. And may you look upon everyone else as a child of God. Whether they're creating simply from a separated personality or from a merged oneness with you, may you come to understand that, respect it, and yes, love them. There is a oneness among the children of the divine. Even when some might not see it. Have not the events of these past 2 weeks affirmed that? Do you not see the importance of advancing to soul consciousness? And then there is this beautiful planet, the blue planet. Some of you might recall that picture on the front cover of Life magazine many years ago, the blue planet. With all of the beauty of this planet. Amazing. Amazing. And would you just understand that you're a part of it? Perhaps dominion over it is not the better choice of words. Perhaps union with, oneness with, happy to be here with the plants, the trees, the animals, the atmosphere, the planet, the elementals, the earth itself. May you first begin by just feeling you're a part of this planet. Where do you think your body came from? The minerals, air, water, soil, energy. Where do you think your body came from? And quite frankly, where will your body go back to? You're a part of the earth. Enjoy it. Work with it. When you plant those flowers today or cook your lunch today, be creative. Put a little extra spice in it. Perk up that plant. Mow the grass differently. Enjoy the earth with other earthlings. And then there's the creative energy that initiated the whole process. That larger, universal God Spirit. Would you now feel that energy stirring within you? Feel yourself a part of this incredible creative activity. You are a co-creator. You are a co-creator. Do you not feel that energy in you right now? It's exciting. It's anticipatory. It wants to share. Do you not feel that? It's like I can't wait to express. I can't wait to manifest. Do you not feel that? And you notice the tone that it has, joy and goodness and kindness and love and creativity and expansion. There's just always more to the beauty of what is. And the last thing that I would like to mention is that what is going on in you right now, is going on within the rest of us in this sharing this morning. What you are feeling, we are feeling. A similar stirring, a similar consciousness. We are the conscious family of the God Spirit, embracing all as the family of the God Spirit, each in our own way, creating the good, the beautiful, and the holy. Each in our own way, taking our rightful place as a co-creator in the universe. I trust that you feel at this moment the same that I do. Happy, excited, loving, kind. Happy to be a co-creator with you and with all others, which enables you and I to say, I am an eternal being of light and love. Thus, only good can come to me, and only good can come from me. We are eternal beings of light and love. Thus, only good can come from us. Only good can come to us. Namaste, dear wonderful, mighty souls. Namaste.